And one of the major things that really turned heads about us over at East High School this year is that we did it with 24 kids on the roster. 24
Wow.
kids, and 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 not all the equipment we need during the
Right,
week,
right,
but
right, right.
we work with what we work with. And one thing I tell my kids, hardship is an advantage.
Mm.
Hardship is an
Talk
advantage.
about
Sometimes
it.
hard times not having allows you a different motor.
Hello, everyone. This is author Tim Brown of the book Uncommon Athletes: Lead with Passion, Ignite Your Purpose. And I'm excited to have with me, have back on the show again, Coach Mike Bell. Boy, after that great run, I called Coach. I said, man, we got to get you back on to talk about that one, man. That was good. What was that run for you, man? How was it?
And first of all, thanks for having me. I really appreciate being back on, man. That run was unbelievable and a memorable run, historical run for these young kids and for East High School and the community and the alumni.
Yeah, yeah. I know you are a great man of faith, and this was truly a faith ride for you this season. Can you talk about some of those times when you during the season when you knew that man God is doing something special?
Man, uh, I tell you, man, it started in camp, uh, and one of the young kids was just walking, and he was just talking about. I was ear hustling to see what they were talking about, and it was his first year, and he just like, man, I like this team. I like these kids, you know. And and he said, man, there's a lot of good young men on this team. There's a lot of good people on this team. And he said, I'm glad I'm at East High School. And I was just hearing him talk like, around the kids. He was talking to another peer, and that's very rare to hear that
Mm-hmm.
young man end up being one of the best players in the state of Ohio,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
just a sophomore joining the team early that year. But also Toledo Scott. I knew God. He had something special going on for us this year. We were down. We didn't play that great. They done everything they needed to do to win the game. I mean, they were exceptionally. They coached a good game. They played a good game, and it came down to 40 seconds left in the game, and we called a play, and then and Trey, we trying to get him out of bounds, get the first down, but he decided to plant the foot, make a cut.
Yeah. All right.
30 seconds left, and took it all the way to the house. No
Wow.
time left to win the game, and it kind of came full circle. And I get chills thinking about it because it was like, okay, we were talking about resilience and never giving up,
Right.
and and he, we just never gave up. We believed, and after that, there was no game that we went into that we didn't think at the end we would pull it out.
Yeah.
And that took us from, I think, having a mediocre season to saying,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we can do this. It was the
Yeah.
turning point for our season. They had some success, and when you fight in that change in the culture, you get that one culture changing win right there, and that was it. I think Toledo Scott was it. Turned the corner for us.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's it. When guys start having some success, they start believing. You got to watch out when they start believing. And what they can
yeah,
do, and then with your faith and trust in God, believing
yeah,
Him. For you,
and I told
uh,
him, man,
you
faith.
had a lot. The season had a lot of great success. Your football co-champs of City League, 2 playoff wins. Got a chance to play in the regionals. Uh, what do you attribute to your team's success?
Actually, man, I think the leadership of my QB1, he found his leadership up in at the camp, and he started to step up as a leader and kind of draw everybody in, and then people started to follow him, uh, and just our fight to not give up,
Mhm.
not give up. They cared about each other. Sometimes they was mad at me, but they cared
Right.
about each other.
Mhm.
Sometimes they didn't like some of the stuff I would push them through, but at the end of the day, they had a great bond with each other, and They fought for each other. When the game was on the field, they fought. They fought to the end, and they never gave up. And I contribute that. And then my staff is really really good. I really got good young staff, some veterans with me, and who really make things easy for me.
Yeah.
And accept my leadership, and I really appreciate that.
Mhm. You talk about your team leaders and how important they were to the success of the team.
Man, I tell them right now, bad teams have no leaders, and I that uh, good teams, the coaches lead. I told them, but great teams, uh, your players lead, and if we're gonna be great, you guys have to lead because this is your team, and this is your season, and everything that you want as a team, you guys. And we're gonna try to guide you guys along the way, but this is your team, and you have to step up and lead that way. And I think I contribute all the success to my senior group and the leadership that they showed, and then the younger guys who came bought in and stepped up. As some young kids that leading, stepping up front and leading in practice and leading in sprints and leading in how they compete, and started to change. And it had the seniors say, "Hey, hold up." These young guys
Right, right,
fire, want to take over. So they had
right,
to raise their bar up. The standard
right,
is the standard. We say
right.
standard is standard,
The
and
standard. Yeah.
we set standards, not goals. The standard every year. So,
Amen. That's a good word. That's a good word. Can you talk about the community? Community. I know there's a lot of community support during a successful season. You being a guy from the community, and I know when you first started the program, you had to make phone calls to get people to get involved. Now it's the other way around. They were calling you, Coach. What can I do to help? Can you talk about that shift?
man, that's exciting, man, to get people involved because that's the vision. I mean, when you come in and we're not doing so well in football and competing, and you try to come in and get people involved and get the community support. And that was one of the main things I wanted to do. And now, it started. I mean, our games are. I
Yeah,
mean, if you would have been at the Cambridge game, you would have saw something. I think you were there, but it was
yeah,
electric. It was
yeah.
electrifying. See the community out, the city out behind us, and then everybody together. And it was just love. It was a lot of love in the stadium, a lot of love supporting these young men. And it was just a positive night.
Yeah, speaking of that, the big picture, we did a lot, of course, for the East High School community. But how did this season impact the City League sports as a whole, the city of Columbus as a whole?
Well, honestly, they had to look at us as say, hey, this is a place where you can go and compete on a high level. We got kids getting Division I offers. We got kids with a 3 point. I had 15, 16 kids with a 3.0 or higher. So academically, we're trying to get it done in the classroom, on the field. We're trying to compete on the high level. I mean, and one of the major things that really turned heads about us over at East High School this year is that we did it with 24 kids on the roster.
Wow.
24 kids, and not all the equipment we need during the
Right,
week,
right, right,
but
right, right.
we work with what we work with. And one thing I tell my kids, hardship is an advantage.
Mhm.
Hardship is an
Talk
advantage.
about
Sometimes
it.
hard times not having allows you a different motor, gives you a little
Yeah,
different,
yeah,
different challenge. And I tell them, hey, okay, we might not have this. You might not be born with a silver spoon, but it's all about how you respond, how you react to what you're dealt with. And they bought in. They pushed back for a
right,
couple of years,
right,
pushed
right,
back,
right. Mhm.
but they really that really gave us the mission and what we needed to get it done this year. And it's they have to take us serious. They have to look at us. They have to take us serious. Uh, our football program, we're trying to. When you come to play at East, you're gonna see good football. You're gonna see well football, and you're gonna see kids that never quit. And that's something that we have to have from where we're from. We just can't give up because things happen, things are dealt to us. We just have to keep fighting.
Right. You just said something big there. You're talking about life lessons that these guys learned. And the big one, what you said was hardship is an advantage because what happens when you get it, if you can fight through this now, you won't quit later on in life. You'll look back, oh, this ain't nothing. I dealt with this before.
Uh,
This ain't
oh,
nothing.
this baby, like this ain't nothing.
This ain't nothing. We won a city with 24 guys, and you talk about 24 players. Some of those are freshmen who first time playing football. you
Right,
know,
right. It was I
you
had
could do this. Yeah, and I think
65
guys,
days.
yeah, when they look back at it, well, what a blessing that is. But that hardship for sure. You have been honored as Central Ohio District Coach of the Year, and then you got a great honor being the Ohio State Coach of the Year. By your peers. Uh, what did that honor mean to you?
You know, I tell people all the time, I'm a humble guy. I just put my boots on, my lumberjacks, get out there, chop wood, carry water, uh, God's work, and do what He asked me to do every day. I'm honored though. I can't say that I'm not honored because I coach this game and I try to coach to be the best. I try to coach to teach kids that give your best, give your best, try your best, work as hard as you can. So in those lessons, I tell them that sometimes when you do those things, you can be successful. So for them to see me try to, work as hard as I do and commit to them as hard as I do and love them as hard as I do, and they see me get some success, hey, coach working hard too. This can happen. He's right in our camp. And yesterday I got the all metro yesterday. So one of my
Yeah,
coaches comes and say, he's like, all metro's different.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
He was so excited for me.
yeah.
He's like, oh, metro is any division.
Right,
We
right,
started
right. Oh yeah,
before, it's all metro.
all
So we
Metro.
started, and he was like, man, he said, that makes you the consensus coach of the year.
Oh yeah,
It's
oh yeah.
sweet. That's sweet. And
That's three.
I love it, but I love that he's aspiring to be to get there too, to be a head coach, to get those
Right,
accolades. But I want to show him how, that hey, those things don't define you. You're
right,
already, if you're a good coach, you care about these kids, and you put your heart into it, and you'll know that every year that you're the coach of the year in your circle,
yeah,
in your environment. So, I appreciate that. I really do, and I thank everyone who thought of me in that manner, and it means a lot to me. But once again, it doesn't define what my purpose is and what I'm doing over here and my mission with these young men, and that is to develop good fathers, good husbands, good community guys, and as well as so we might win some games along the way, some good
oh yeah,
football
yeah.
players.
It helps. Yeah,
Games along the
that
way,
helps.
it's so
Right,
big.
right.
Get a few days of awards along the way, and But I wanna know when I'm done doing this. The guys said, "Job well done,"
Yeah.
and faithful servant, job well done.
Mm,
You walked your race, you ran your race right, and
yeah,
all those actions go with me. Yes, it'll be a legacy, and
mm,
yes, people can talk about it for years to come, but
yeah.
proof is in the pudding, and trying to save lives and make a difference there. And I'm competitive though. Don't get me
Right, right,
wrong.
right.
I go to work hard because I want to win. I want to
Right.
win because my message is you work hard, you believe in God, and you never give up. Resilience, your time will come,
Your
and
time will come. Yeah,
be patient and trust the process.
yeah,
And so I believe in that full heartedly, and it's good to see it. It's good to see my have some success this year and be honored, man. Smiles on their face when I walk up and say, "Hey, you all Metro." You're like,
right,
"What's
right,
that, Metro?"
right, right.
Like
Yeah,
right now because they light up. I said,
right,
"Man, you team all city, you first team all district.
right.
You first all state." It's
That's
like,
it.
wow, and to them, they're striving to be the best version of themselves. So why not, work hard, and why not be honored and get some flowers for your hard work? And there's a
Yeah,
lot of people on the news, they flash the news all the time about stuff that's negative,
negative. Right.
why not flash our kids for 10 and
Mm-hmm.
10 all state and coach of the
Yeah.
year. Why not right here on Broad Street East High School? Why not our
Mm-hmm.
kid? You know,
That's
let's
good.
let's shout for them sometimes.
Good stuff. Speaking of your staff, you have done a great job. You got a mix of young coaches, you got some veteran coaches, you have guys who've been with you for a while. How have you been able to bring these generations together?
Woo! That's a challenge, man. I, coming in and like we have all the coaches that have played the game on a level, on a high level, and understand the game. And coming in fresh as a fresh year coach, I've coached 20 years with eighth grade, middle school, younger kids. I went to high school for 5, 6 years, and now as a head coach. So I've been in different roles. So understanding your role when you come into the game and you got so much energy and
Right.
so much about the game and so much to give. Sometimes you forget about being patient and learning, and we all know it all around 20 something. We all know
Right.
it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And sometimes you have to grow and learn. And I felt like it's my job to teach. I felt
Mm,
like I was in a position to make a difference, and I've had a lot of experience in coaching from this side of the ball. And dealing with kids and dealing with parents and dealing with management of egos, dealing with all that. So I was groomed for this position, and God put me in this position to mentor,
mm,
and I've seen the growth of a couple of my young coaches. Man. So proud of them this year that they've grown, just basic, on preparation, on preparing better, and
mm,
preparing things better, and studying film better, and just becoming a better coach, a better high school coach, and not the knowledge is always there.
right,
Just
right.
learn and prepare to play a game Friday nights and during the week, and get your team ready. And then as a coach, learning what it takes to coordinate, which is being leaders of your other staff. So
Hmm.
this is what we have to do. This is what we have in place.
You talk about those young coaches. There's they called Dr. Pius Ned wrote a book called Fire and Focus. Fire and Focus. These young guys, they got the fire. You know,
Yes,
but they
they
need
do.
somebody like yourself and older them to kind of help them focus it. Or it'll just burn out of control when you think about a fire. If it's not focused, it's gonna burn out of control. So it's gonna burn up. So you got that fire and that focus.
I believe I have some future head coaches on the
Oh
staff.
yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Or some offensive, defensive coordinators on the
Yeah.
staff.
Yeah. Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
blessed.
You have done a great job of been around you a long time. You talk about family a lot, about creating a family atmosphere, even on the team. Why is family so important to you?
Family, man, is everything to me, and I'm raised from a large family where I'm the second oldest grandson. Um,
Mm,
Going to school, kind of, being one of the first ones in my inner circle to graduate from college, set the trend and raise the bar for the rest. Everybody
mhm,
following me, and whether they start their own business, go to college, or whatever they find their niche in, success is not an option. It's a must.
mm. Amen.
Family standard is the standard in the family. So, I love my family. I do everything I do to make them proud and let them know that, hey, they can do whatever they want to do, and to find your lane, find your niche, and you can have everything. I mean, I teach my kids. They coach my family. I said, take care of your family.
Yeah.
Take care of your first, and then we'll be here, the other
Mm,
family.
right.
Take care of your family first, always.
That's, that's good. That's good. Folks, as we wrap up, I appreciate your time. You're looking that good in that We Are East. Sure. Last, as we wrap up, can you tell the audience, what does that mean, We Are East? To you, what does that mean? I know you're from that neighborhood. What does that mean?
And we say it proud. Or East High School, this East Side, this is everything. This is a pillar in our community, man. This is a building where we saw success early in our days, and a lot of our young Black African Americans, so we saw people living in dreams and going to college and in NFL and saying, hey, we can make it. right here. And East is it. East is the school. East is the schools. East is the school. We are East. East is where you want to be. East is where you be, spirit, support, everything. East, we, man, I think about it and I look at history, Bill Willis, Marshall, some of the greats that come through this building. And I tell the kids about them all the time and letting them know that East has legacy, East has history. And when you put that jersey on, you represent it all. You represent everything that East stands for. I mean, we got city councils, we got, people that run in and all types of successful positions. And our kids need to know that and they need to see it because those guys went through East High School right here, 1500 East Broad Street, right here, East High. So we are East. And every time where we go, you're going to know we are East. And we coming. And we coming. And we back. Stay, baby.
Yeah, I want to thank you for your time, and I really want to thank you for your commitment. I watch you grow, and not just your commitment to, but commitment to the community, commitment to young men. Most importantly, being that role model they need to see. You can't be what you don't see.
Right.
And by them seeing you, and I'm so glad you're in the building now as well. So they get to see you not just on the football field as a coach, but they get to see you every day. They get to see
Right.
you walk every day. They get to see how you really are, how really committed you are to this thing. So I want to thank you for that commitment to East High School, but most importantly, being a positive African American male, which is what these young guys need to see. They need to see a man, whose father, who's married, all those things, those qualities, of a man, they need to see that work ethic, that we do work, that
Yeah,
we
we get
work hard.
work. We
We
get at
work
it.
hard. Yeah, we get at it, man. We love to compete, but at the same time, the other blessing you is the fun side. They get to see you laugh, and they get to see that side as well. So they get to see that balance in your life, and they can see you as a human being, not just as a football coach, but that you're a human just like everybody else. So I want to thank you for it, and I pray that God will continue, favor will continue to be on your life, and everything that you touch, will be blessed. Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate you. Anybody out there, go out there, get that Uncommon Athletes. It's a great book, great read. Follow Mr. Brown. Uh, it's a man of God, and he's a true mentor. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Be blessed. Have a great day.